How we going, guys? I'm Shane, coming back with another video with V8s with Shane, and the Australian GP has just finished, and I'd like to just give you some highlights and stuff throughout the whole weekend. It was actually a really entertaining weekend. I quite enjoyed watching most of the races. I didn't actually quite get to see the qualifying side of things, but it was really good, and it was really enjoyable, and it was a really good weekend too by the Team Penske boys, but we'll get to that in just a minute. So what I'll do, I'll just start off with because there was 4 races obviously this weekend, and I'll just start from race 1. So race 1, we had obviously the whole weekend was about rolling starts, and rolling starts for me was completely different. Obviously, it's the only time that they ever do rolling starts is at the Australian GP, and I find it a bit fun, kind of a little bit entertaining as well. It's like just coming after a safety car, and instead of one behind each other, they're double stacked, and it was amazing. And throughout the whole week, in the first lap, we seen multiple cars heading into turn 1, and we had a few collisions, but it was all good. It was all fun for that. But yeah, the rolling start for me was probably the highlight of the week. But it's just something different, and it was good. Obviously, the cars rolled out onto the grid, and then they pace behind the safety car, and then last corner they pack, and then they take off together. But it was a really good weekend. But race 1, we had Scotty Mack and Fabian just fighting it out for first and second, and it was like that all weekend except for race 4. So it was really entertaining to see 2 teammates going at it, and it was really exciting. Hats off to Holsworth, who started in the back of the grid and made his way up the grid to 11th at the time, and for that big crash that happened a couple of laps just before the finish with Percat. Percat had brake failure heading into turn 1, and went onto the weeds and sort of just rear-ended Lee, and put them both out for the weekend, which was quite disappointing because yeah, Lee's race pace was absolutely amazing, and it was a shame that he got knocked out straight away. But Simona as well had great pace. Just in that one race, she sort of struggled throughout the whole week. There was a few mechanical issues throughout the week and whatever else, but she managed to have a good race 1, and it was really good for the team and everything else. So, but obviously race 1, Scotty Mack won ahead of Fabian Coulthard, and it was good. It was a good start to their campaign for the weekend. So hats off to the Team Penske boys. Then race 2, we had Caruso start excellent. He started really well. He actually wanted to battle for the lead there, but didn't manage to get in front. But we had a couple of laps in, we had Mostert hit Van Gisbergen, and it was a bit controversial actually. Sort of dive bombed into the second to last corner, and apparently he got a black flag and drive-through penalty for it, so he had to serve that. And then after he came out of the pits, and he set the fastest lap of the race, and I thought it was funny. He's just, and Chaz showed great pace throughout the whole weekend. He was really quick, and hats off to the Supertube Auto team, who have worked their absolute asses off to get to where they are now. And Chaz is going to be one of those contenders this year, guys, that you're going to look out for, because he's going to be up on that podium a lot this year. We had Fabian win ahead of Scotty Mack, and it was 1-2 for both of them at that point of time. Scotty obviously winning the first race, and Fabs winning the second race, and yeah, it was really entertaining to see those two swap it out and duke it out while the racing was on. But race 3, again, like I said before, we had a lot of multiple cars going into turn 1. We had a few spins. Tander was one of them. He got caught up and then also retired into the race as well. There was a battle that I really liked in race 3, and it was Van Gisbergen with the Kelly boys. Rick was in front, Gizzy was in the middle, and Todd was right behind, and they were just battling it out so well, and it was actually really good. Actually, race 3 was probably my favourite race because of because of the amount of battles that happened. We had Woods, Blanchard and Bright also battling it out too. That was a really good fight. Even though they weren't in contention for a race win, it was still entertaining to watch for 16th place. But it was really fun to see those guys, and obviously, you know, you're there to race, so every position counts really. So it was good to see those guys. It was good to see them sort of duke it out as well. But then obviously Fabian won. Fabian won race 3, and it was 3 from 3 with Team Penske, so they went really well. And I'm not sure where Scotty actually finished. I don't even know if he did. I don't know. I can't remember. It was yesterday, so I have it all written down somewhere, but I just off my head. I do have it there, but I didn't know where Scotty finished. But yeah, Fabs made it 3 for 3 for Team Penske, and it was a really good race, that one, and I highly enjoyed it. And hopefully there'll be more of that kind of racing in Tassie in a couple of weeks. Then in race 4, guys, the one that just finished, it was drama packed. It was really drama packed. We had Fabian start second, Whincup was in front, and the first 20 meters, I'd say, Whincup got a bit of wheel spin off the line and didn't manage to put it in first. So Fabs took the lead at first corner, and he pulled out a bit of a gap, which was good. And then everything happened. Scotty started 24th, and within the first lap he was up to 15th, and it was an insane effort by Scotty and the boys. Like they had amazing race pace all weekend, and it's just a shame to see what happened to Fabs as well towards the end of that race, getting that tyre puncture as well. It was funny because I'm actually over in Perth at the moment doing this, and we went to a commercial break because we don't have Foxtel here, and we went to a commercial break and came back, and Fabian was getting overtaken by everybody, and I was like, oh, all the good stuff happens when, you know, commercial break happens. But Fabs unfortunately got the tyre issue, and he went into the pits and just fixed the left front wheel, and it was heading into the it was just off, I think it's turn 9, I'm pretty sure, or turn 8, the big long sweepy one before you hit the chicane, and yeah, that corner. So it was quite upsetting for Fabs. He wanted to make it 4 from 4 with Team Penske, but unfortunately it didn't happen today because yeah, the Team Penske was absolutely amazing. The Shell boys should be really proud of themselves, and it gives them a lot of boost as well heading into Tasmania as well. But then Whincup took over the lead, and then within a couple of laps after Fab's tyre failure, Whincup had a tyre failure, and it was surprising enough as it is, and he obviously pitted as well, and that put Shane Van Gisbergen was in second at the time, and Chaz overtook Gizzy, and I was like, oh, I didn't even know that. So Chaz ended up overtaking him and stayed in the lead, and ended up winning the race for race 4. So it was a very entertaining weekend, guys, and I really enjoyed watching it. The standings of where everyone was a little bit confused about where the standings were for the this sprint round. I'm going to say it's a sprint round, even though it's not, but it's like a challenge kind of thing. The Australian GP Challenge. Fabian took out first place, followed by Scotty Mack, and Chaz took out third. So it was a Team Penske domination this weekend, but unfortunately they couldn't get that 4th win. And but hats off to them though. They had a really good weekend, and Chaz as well. Big congratulations to Chaz. Stayed in the top 5, apart from that drive-through in the other race. But yeah, it was a really good weekend. But guys, I'm going to end it there. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like down, comment on any news that you thought might have been a highlight for the weekend. Subscribe if you're new, guys, and I shall see you in 2 weeks at Tasmania.